Alrighty. Looks like we've got some input there. Yep, that's good. All right. Audio look here. Audible. There we go. It might be a little bit quiet for you guys. Let me know how the audio is. Should be figuring out all these problems. Hopefully you guys can hear the pieces and hear me talking. Looks like we're good. All right. Let's say hi to a couple people in the chat, shall we? We got Rob Claxton, Cross Airborne Customs, Morgan's here. Gola Muad'Dib is here. Good to see you, Muad'Dib. Love the name, by the way. Dune is a great franchise. Let's see. Chris Dotson's here. Good to see everybody. Let's see. It's a sandworm diorama that came with the Sci-Fi miniseries Blu-ray collection of Dune and Children of Dune. Nice. Yeah. There's a lot of cool miniatures you can buy if you're a Dune fan. I'm hoping there's more Dune Lego sets one day, but we'll see. It's kind of skewing more adult as it goes along, and Lego tends to be more kid-friendly, but yeah. Let's see. Nexus Attack is here. I can finally join a live stream. There you go, Nexus. So good to see you. Well, for those of you who don't know what's going on, we're doing the Sunday sorting stream. We try to do this every Sunday when I'm available. Haven't been able to do it the last few weeks because I've been so busy. We were in Orlando for a couple weekends, so we missed it then. And then when I got back, I was busy that Sunday for Father's Day. I was hanging out with family and stuff, so that was important. But now that's done, we're back sorting. I'm actually really happy to be back at it because I've got a lot of Lego piling up in my bins. You might see on a couple of my Instagram reels of me throwing stuff in there. It only gets worse every day. So we're here. We've got a couple of bins back here behind me. We got 2 medium ones and 2 small ones. I think we can get a pretty sizable dent in all of this. So we should have some sorted brick by the end of the stream, which I'm excited about. We can also talk about basically anything, media, Lego, anything that's going on. It's really hot here in Georgia. It's finally got up into the 90s. I don't think it's broken 100, but it's really dry. It hasn't rained in at least a week, a couple of weeks, or at least hasn't rained a lot. Maybe a sprinkle here and there. So our lawn is just toast. It's absolutely brown out there, but hopefully we'll get some rain again soon. It was 100 last week. Well, yeah, I would believe it, Nexus. That sounds about right. 91 in SJ. There you go. San Jose. That's pretty hot for California. So it's summer. It's a nice hot summer here in the U.S. Exactly. Texas. Yeah, it's got to be sweltering in Texas because the one time I visited Texas, I was very impressed is maybe not the right word, but overawed by how hot it is in Texas. It was Houston. So yeah, that I can understand, Chrome Vader. Good to see you, Chrome Vader. I hope you're doing well. And Valkyrie's here too. Good to see you, T Valkyrie. Thank you so much for joining. It's been raining for the last week here in Waynesboro, Georgia. It's been raining in Waynesboro. It needs to rain down in the Union area by Atlanta Brick Co. because we're pretty much cooking down here. But yeah, I've got a lot of black brick here in this bin, and even more in the next one right back here, which will be super useful for fixing some Tron builds that I've got right over here. I don't think you guys can see them in frame, but fix basically a little something on almost all the buildings. There's a few things that need to be refined so it's easier to bring to shows, and it just kind of works better, so looks better. Some of the structural stability elements in the biggest tower were not working perfectly, so I want to rebuild some stuff. Let's see. Yeah, and Atlanta Brick Co. is doing good. We got a bunch of great sets in. Got a huge Star Wars collection in. Actually, multiple Star Wars collections. So if you like Star Wars, so definitely take a browse at least on it at atlbrick.com and see some of the cool stuff we've got. I don't have anything that I desperately needed in Star Wars, except for Darth Jar Jar, and he's not out yet. But there's some pretty cool stuff right now. Yeah, the Dark Millennium Falcon is coming out, right? And the Darth Jar Jar looks so cool. He's such a great figure. And I mean, the figures are cool too, don't get me wrong, but Darth Jar Jar, that's going to work perfectly for my friend Ganando. I'm really excited about that. Let's see. Golamol says, still working on the Barad-dûrs, still on the base. Just made the little spider cake. Nice. Yeah, the Barad-dûr set is a big one. That's going to be a project for you, Muad'Dib. Yeah, Needs to rain here in North Georgia. Yeah, it's interesting. Parts of Georgia are pretty dry, but it's been raining in Waynesboro all the time. Stuart Fox says overcast in Washington State. Yeah, there you go. Overcast is nice too, because at least it's not like super hot. It's a little cooler because it's directly on you. Gloria Erickson is here. Good to see you, Gloria Erickson. Hope you're doing well. We got 25 watching. Thank you all for joining. Don't forget to hit the like button if you feel like it. Helps send this video to more people. Yeah, Nixon Zach says, Mark, been wanting to ask you this for like a month. Oh my goodness. Yeah. It's understandable. We've all been busy, especially like me and Steven in Orlando for who knows how long. Did you or Steven get the mushroom house from Bricklink? I did. Great question, Nixon. I did. I was lucky enough to remember it in the afternoon of the day that it was happening, and I got one. I was probably one of the last like 90% to get one, so thankfully I remembered to buy one. That's a really cool set. They're all really cool, but that one was the only one that was within my price range. I kind of like couldn't live without. The other sets were just a little bit bigger and not necessarily themes that I needed. Like a train station is really cool, but I don't know when I'm going to be building trains. I can use a mushroom house. Steven loves that stuff, so I bought one really quick. There's Brick Composer. Okay, it used to be Lego Composer, right? They had to switch to Brick because of the Lego copyright. But Brick Composer's here. Happy sorting. Thank you, Brick Composer. It took me a minute to get used to the name, but good to see you. Towering Tales is here. Good to see you, Towering Tales. Hope you're doing well. What size is the Black Falcon going to be? I think it's like basically the same size as the last play scale one. It's not a UCS one. It's going to be kind of a normal-ish size Millennium Falcon, normal. And so it should be a nice stuff to display, but also not too big to be super expensive. So I think it'd be a good size. I'm looking forward to it. I'm really tempted to buy it, but I don't know if I need a full Millennium Falcon. I might just get a Darth Jar Jar separately. We'll see, because like I don't necessarily need a White Vader or a Dark Ray or a Dev Creepling. I think his name is Dev Creepling, right? Yeah. Let's see. I was the first 100 to get 2 of them on the Mushroom House. Yeah, the Mushroom House is actually one that is, I think it's totally valid to get multiples of, because I think that's going to be a really collectible set in about a year. Like, it's going to be a very expensive piece, unless they come out with a second edition, which I don't think they will. How are y'all doing? We're doing pretty good, Towering Tales. We are sorting some Lego here. I'm going pretty slowly because I'm reading all the comments and sharing with everyone, but yeah, we're doing good. We normally do this every Sunday, but this is the first time we've been able to do it in like a month because we've all been so busy, well, mostly me and Steven. But I'm back. I'm glad to be back. Need to get some sorting done for all the projects we got going on. I haven't even touched Tron since getting back from Orlando, mostly because I've been a little low on black pieces. That's going to change today. But I was working on rebuilding my Lego Castle minifigure army. I might have to go grab it and show it off later. But that is going very well. Hundreds and hundreds of figures assembled already. And hopefully I'll figure out a cool use for them at some point. That should be pretty fun. Brick Composer says, yep, definitely change it. Want to release some music on Spotify in the future, so I'm covering my butt. Yeah, exactly. You kind of have to with Lego. I think that's... you want to use the name Lego because that's what we're all about, right? But then you also want to be safe from Lego going after you because you have Lego Composer in your name, and they might want to bring Lego with that later. It's weird, but good idea. Good to be safe. So. Going back, Brick Composer or the artist formerly known as Lego Composer. Exactly. That also works. Although I was able to remember you have the same profile picture, which helps. And then Brick Composer, just swapping one word out. I figured it out quick enough, Sean, so it's good. Nixus says, sadly, I'll be absent from many of the live streams from the store because of school and my new shadowing job. Yeah, you're doing like an internship for medical stuff, right? Well, that's good. That's really important life stuff, so we don't, no problem, Nexus. We're happy for you, and we'll miss you, of course. But at least thank you for letting us know why you might be absent. We have, I've noticed you haven't been quite as present as usual. You used to be at all of them, so we appreciate you, and we're excited for your future, Nexus. That's good. You got that internship. You can kind of learn the ropes a little bit. Ooh, that's a nice transfer. Moadib says, for Star Wars, I got the Ambush on Mandalore set. Also picked up a Darth Vader head bust. Nice. The Darth Vader bust is pretty cool. I got the Ambush on Mandalore set too. I did a little set review with it. I basically just threw the build in the bin and then put all the figs in my Star Wars collection. So I do like that set a lot too. I want to get a second one, but I don't know if I necessarily need that more than the Clone Trooper Battle Pack. I think more clones and droids because I'm a big Separatist fan. So. And Gungan fan and all the fans. Missed you at Brick World. Hope everything at Oral Brick Co. is going great. Yeah, I saw some amazing builds coming out of Brick World this year. Some really cool stuff. I tried to comment where I could. And sad that I missed it in person, but at least people were definitely posting a lot of pictures. So I was able to enjoy all the mocks vicariously through them. That was good. But yeah, probably going to go next year. We'll see. It all depends on finances and scheduling and stuff. This year, it was just way too close to some big events we had in Orlando. And all that went really good. The grand opening was phenomenal. And the convention went very well, too. I'd say an excellent little convention in Orlando. So we had fun. We made some money. And we did good. But also glad to be back. I like Georgia. I like my Lego studio. I like doing sorting streams. So I'm glad to be back in my zone. You know what I'm saying? Learning a lot of do's and don'ts of physical therapy, although I am interested in knowing how Ed would employ certain things in the field. Oh, exactly. Yeah, Ed has been a physical therapist for a long time. He's very experienced. So you may want to eventually catch Ed on a weekend and chat with him at some point. He probably has some good tips for stuff, having done it for so long. Chrome Vader says, I finished my chess set mock. Nice. That's pretty cool. I will have Chrome Vader, do you post that on your YouTube channel or do you have an Instagram you share those on? Because I would love to check out that chess set. I'm into Lego chess. I have a couple of those chess sets up there. One of my biggest white whales is the giant chess set. I see pictures of it every now and then. There was one at Brick World that some guy was walking around showing it off to people, and that's super cool. But yeah, chess sets are awesome, Chrome Vader. I saw that Duck Bricks had to go to the ER because of a peanut allergy. I did not see that. I am so sorry for Duck Bricks. That's pretty crazy. If you're allergic to peanuts and you have some peanuts, that can be a really big deal. So sorry to Duck Bricks about that. Hopefully he's okay. That'll put a bummer on a Lego convention pretty quickly. Oh, Cross Airborne Custom says, for tank battles, how about you do clones and Gungans? That might help. Clones and Gungans. They did basically fight side by side against the Separatists, right? Yeah. I don't know if there's any documented huge battles with them both fighting the clones, the droids at the same time, but I think that's totally feasible. So that I might have to do that. I got some phase 1s and 2s I could use for that. We'll see. Was UBC at Brick World Chicago? We weren't this year. We went to Orlando instead because it's a lot closer. But I think that Chris will probably go again next year. We'll see. He also just doesn't like driving that far as well. So sometimes it's just easier to just be at the store and work and do your normal job. So we'll see. Hopefully that Chris and all the gang can make it to Brick World next year. It's just kind of a long drive. We are lazy down here. Y'all going to Brick World Chicago next year? That's kind of the plan, Rob. We're hoping that is just going to be 2025 is the year we get to go again. But it's still not 100% guaranteed. I would say it's 80 to 90% sure. Just got to confirm a few things, of course. So I saw there's a Jaws being released. I'm looking forward to that. Oh, like a new Jaws movie? Interesting. I didn't hear about that. That's cool. I need to rewatch all the Jaws movies since they're making a Lego set. Or maybe you're talking about the Jaws set being released. That might be what you're talking about. I didn't think there was a movie coming out recently. Towering Tail says, I'm making a stop motion. It's going to be 10 minutes. Also, what's Brick World? Never heard of that. All right, Towering Tail. So, first of all, cool that you're making a stop motion. 10 minutes has got to have a lot of frames in it. That's a lot of patience. I don't have patience for that kind of stuff. But Brick World is a really cool Lego convention in Chicago, or just west of Chicago. And it's the biggest one in the world by far. And it has a ton of incredible mocks. built and brought by all sorts of amazing builders all around the country and the world. There's a lot of international people that fly and travel to this thing. So definitely recommend if you ever get the time and opportunity. It's Father's Day weekend every year. So highly recommended. I can't go every year because it's just kind of far away from South Atlanta here where I live. So it's about a 12-hour drive-ish with a little bit of traffic, which there always is. So I just haven't been able to go the past couple years. Hoping that maybe next year, maybe soon, be able to go. Jaws Lego set, yes. That's pretty cool. I don't know if I need that one for my own collection, especially as I continue to run out of room. Like I'm just bursting at the gills with Lego. I don't have any display room. It would have to go in the bin, which would be kind of tragedy. So trying to do that only kind of disposable-ish sets, not like Lego ideas, which would be cool. They're going to Nashville Brick Fest in what is 2 weeks or so. It's Nashville Brick Fan Expo. We don't want to call it Brick Fest anymore, but yes, Nashville Brick Fan Expo. Me and Steven will both be there. That'll be a lot of fun. That's a pretty close drive for me and Steven. That's like 4 hours. That's not bad. So we will be going to that and bringing hopefully a slightly updated Tron, because Tron has changed slightly each time I've displayed it over the summer. I would have loved a longer stretch between some shows so that I could get more done. But hopefully you'll see at least a couple different changes from Orlando, which already had a big change from Jacksonville. So each update is happening. It's pretty cool. Towering Tale says, wow, that sounds so much fun. I'm Canadian and never left my country, but I'm glad you're able to go. It seems like a blast. Yes. So if you're in Canada, that's not too far. Chicago's on the northern side of the United States. It's kind of northern and central. So maybe one day you get to visit Towering Tales. It's definitely worth checking out. Usually a lot of Lego YouTubers post about it. So you can, even if you can't go in person, you can see a lot of the creations on, on YouTube, your phone, however you want. The Brick Twins. Hey, good to see you, Brick Twins. We were just talking about Orlando, and I meet the Brick Twins there. And I the YouTube channel. They have a YouTube channel. They post stuff all the time. Go check them out. Great to meet them and a bunch of other people. I also got to meet Karen, who's a regular viewer on the Atlanta Brick channel. And Reputation was down there, and he was having a good time getting stuff done. He was in a lot of cool videos that we filmed for Atlanta Brick, and I don't know if I did anything for my channel while down there. I did talk about it a little bit on the recap, but that's about it. That'd be awesome. There you go. We get these. All of these I got from the Atlanta Brick Pick-a-Brick have little tiles tucked inside them, so it's like a bonus piece, but it's just, you gotta take them, get them all out. There you go. Get them outside the bricks. Otherwise, when you try to build with those tiles stuck in there, it's just gonna stick all the way. Orlando was awesome. It was great to meet you. Absolutely, Brick Twins. Thank you, guys. Glad you could stop by and check it out. Hopefully, you can see Orlando Bricko at some point, because that's pretty cool. You're down in the Florida area. The South Florida area, I should say, because Florida's a pretty big state. Not Lego, but I'm just fine making my third Gundam Robot Kit Friday. There you go. Just finished. Yeah, that's something I might want to get into one day, is the mechs and Gundam and Transformers and stuff. But I didn't grow up with all that, so it might be a little bit less nostalgic for me, I suppose. So, camera's looking a little yellow. There we go. That's better. Still experimenting with the setup, of course. Oh yeah, T-Dog says 2 hours, 35 minutes, 155 miles. There you go. How far is Chicago from part of Wisconsin? Yeah, that's a pretty close drive if you're in Wisconsin. That's like one state over, basically. Well, we're getting down to the bottom of the first bin there, if you can see. We went through all that black brick pretty quickly. Still a little bit to go, and then there's another big one. I really want to get the kind of prioritize the black pieces because of the Tron build. But there's a lot of other colors in here too, like tan, which will be great for if I decide to build some Toon mobs later. I would love to. The doors opened and we were the first to mark. Yep, exactly. Right by the door, with our Tron and I don't know where Steve was. He was kind of moving around at the time. We take turns watching our stuff, so you can at least always see one of us there. Sometimes one of us will be walking around, checking out builds or chatting with people. Oh, someone might tell them that. There you go. Nexus X says, I don't think Grumpy J will ever forgive me for choosing schoolwork with the Lego Florida. Hey, it happens. I think you're making the wise decision, the adult decision to further your career and your life goals there. That's really important, and don't give up on that. Do a good job on that. And obviously, because you're focusing on that, you don't have all the time in the world to do Lego stuff, watch streams, visit stores. So, but here's the thing: once you get the hang of your job, you're gonna have days off, and during those days off, you can enjoy Lego very much. So look forward to that. We just did a ton of sorting today also. Yeah, Brick Twins, if you're a Lego fan, you're basically going to have to do sorting at some point. Unless you just want to dig through a big bin of pieces, which isn't that fun. Because I've done it before. Yeah. The older I get, the less it bothers me. I kind of like it now. Because I get to handle all these cool pieces that I've bought and saved over the years. So I like sorting a lot more now than I used to. Garth Smith is here, not sorting today, building a Monkey Kid Ultraman. Oh, Garth, that is such a cool set. I'm a big fan of Monkey Kid. At first, I was pretty neutral on Monkey Kid. Then I saw season 1 on Amazon Prime with a little watch party with friends. And that was the coolest Lego show. Honestly, it's probably the coolest Lego show I've ever seen, just the animation. So, yeah, huge fan. I love the Ultraman set. It's a really good set. I want to get some Monkey Kid one day. I don't have any room or budget, but it's one of those things I've got my eye on, kind of like Lego Elves. I want to collect all the Lego Elves one day. Just because they're so cool and neat looking. But not right now, because I don't have endless supply of space to get them and put them. One day I'll figure out if Flounder is teal or not, or real or not. Yeah, so Flounder is real, what I observed. However, my philosophy class in college suggests that all we can really know is that we know nothing. And so, yeah, we don't really know if he's real or not. Manatee Bricks is here. I've been sorting my white Lego parts. There you go. You got to get those organized, Manatee Bricks. I know that before I started sorting just kind of in general, I was busy sorting all of my gold and metallic pieces more precisely. Because before it was like all the gold and silver goes into one bin, which worked fine in the early days because I didn't have that much of it. Now I've got a lot more of it. I got to divide it more. So silver goes over here, metallic gold, pearl gold, chrome gold. So, yeah, separated more out. A little more precise. There's a white piece, there's a headlight brick, there's clear. And I think transparent is one of those things I'm going to sort out eventually too. Right now, all the transparent stuff goes in one bin, which is very chaotic. We're waiting to get it and finally did. There you go, Garth Smith. That's awesome. Exactly. Never watched Gundam, but you can get Transformers. I even found a Grandizer kit there coming out with Gale King later this year. There you go. I don't know what any of that means, but I do like the look of it. I will build some someday. That's actually on my to-build list, higher than you'd imagine. I really want to do some cool, giant Titan Godzilla, Pacific Rim type stuff someday. Mm-hmm. I miss the joy of building the most. How is Garrett and Steven doing? They're doing pretty good, Nexus. They did a stream not too long ago. They've had some great sets to build, so they've been pretty good. I think they're planning on changing it up, though, so you have to keep an eye on that. Maybe you won't be able to watch it live, so you can catch some of the stuff that's happening afterwards. If you have any free time at all. So. Yeah, I know one thing we want to do is do more tank battles. So we might be seeing that more on the Atlanta Brick Coach channel for sure. because we just have such a great facility to do it now. We have a lot of people who want to do it. It's very entertaining to watch. There's a lot of reasons to do it. And we are at the bottom of the barrel with this bin here. How much time have we been? 25 minutes, not too bad. Well, one of the larger bins completed. 25 minutes. Pretty good sorting rate, especially when it's mostly black. So that one's pretty much done. Here we go. Oh, one piece is here. And on to the next one. So if you can guess where this is from, you get an internet cookie. This is from the new art piece set that has the parrots, and it's just part of it. We got like the leftovers of one not too long ago at the store, and they said, "Mark, you want some bulk brick?" And I said, "Yeah, sure," because these colors are awesome. So they gave it to me to put in my bulk brick, which I will take. And look at those useful hanger pieces in there, and some pink inverted slopes, which I've never seen before. Some long teal plates and such. This is useful stuff. Some of my favorite colors. Morgan said, "You need a multicam setup for tank battles next time." I think that's what we're going to do, Morgan, because we've got my phone, which we use for most streams. We've got Steven's phone, which we use for some streams. And we got the Spotty, my old phone, for kind of certain streams will have an extra camera. So we'll try to have maybe 2 or 3 cameras going at any one time on the battle stream. So it could be pretty cool to watch if we can get the technology to behave. So looking forward to that for sure. Moadib says they're from Force 5 anime from the 80s. They made 2-foot-tall robot toys, shot rockets, and they were awesome. That sounds awesome. So Force 5 anime. Look that up. Always looking for cool inspiration for giant robots. So. Yeah, I want to do some Shima and Nexo eventually. Just to show everyone how Nexonites should have been built first time. You know, obviously. I'm the guy to do it, obviously, because I'm just such a big fan of Nexonites. No, I'm not. But I'm excited about doing this. So. Giant robots. Oh, Brick Jedi's here. Good to see you, Brick Jedi. I hope you're doing well. We're just talking about the joy of building, which I know you've won a number of trivias there. So. Doug Norris is here. Good to see you, Doug Norris. Hope you're doing well. We're doing a Lego sorting stream. We're about halfway through here. And I'm getting a lot of pieces organized for my next few building projects, next few conventions happening. So. I lift my arm up, it tends to brighten the screen. I have to work with that lighting. But got a lot of black pieces here to build some more Lego Trons. This thing will take a minute. What's this? Oh, this is the instructions to my Jar Jar wake-up system, and I have in my office. I'll have to save that. Let me keep that for him. That somehow got into my bulk and got home here. Rick Jedi, long time no see. Absolutely. Yeah, you teach them Lego tips how to make Nexonites. Exactly. That's the plan. Gotta show all the Nexonite fans what they could have had. Lego design had been, up to par at the time, and they were willing to do, $1,000 sets for Nexonites. What's next for Tron mod? Good question, Morgan. So every tower except one has slight issues that kind of fixed up a bit here and there. Most of these things are pretty small. Like the one tower that kind of looks like an Atlanta building, the Truist Plaza in Atlanta, just kind of a basic tower-like building with a little pyramid on top. I just want to change the pattern of the lights on the side and add some pattern lights to the back, because the back was just plain black because I was running out of time. So fix the sides of that building. Here is perfectly fine. It's very strong, sturdy. So we'll be adding another 100 lights to the back and making it less angular, and so making it less kind of doing this, and more like right angles, if you can imagine. So kind of hard to explain over video. I'm going to be doing a Tron update on it hopefully next week. So that's the first thing. The second thing, we got to change the height of. I used to call it the wave building, but there's not so much of a wave on it anymore. It completely rebuilt, and it looks really good. It's super strong, but it's so tall, it doesn't fit inside the rental vehicle that I have, or get a large. You usually get it's either a Ford Expedition XL or a Chevy Suburban Premium, which is really big. So either of those two SUVs that we get from the rental place, it barely fits inside both of them. So, so lower it just by about 5 bricks, and I don't think you'll even notice because it's huge. And that should give it just enough room to squeeze underneath more comfortably, and not just be like barely fitting in there. So that's one thing. That shouldn't take too long. And then the big triangle building, going to be changing the inside structure a lot. So it's going to look the same on the outside, but everything on the inside is going to be rebuilt. So it's a lot sturdier and a lot lighter because it's very heavy and it separates on the corners. It's basically a triangle and it just goes and so it starts breaking up. And it needs to be super strong to move to all these conventions. So I'm going to change that quite a bit. But other than that, not too much. The landscape's all done. I want to make some more vehicles and stuff. Steven made some great ones right before we left, so that's like a good temporary fix. But I want to do my own, of course, too. So a few things that are going to happen for sure. Let's see. Nixus Next is Morgan. Do you know when Jedi Bob Starfighter comes out by chance? Is that supposed to be August release? Because I think it is. And if that's the case, that would be pretty close. So we'll see. If anyone knows on that specifically, I'm sure there's rumors out there. October 1st. Okay, if it's October, it's a little further away. That's still not bad. It's just further. No. It might be October. I'm not 100% sure. I did report this on the morning break not that long ago when it should come out. It's either August, September. August, September, October, November. It's not November. It's in the next couple months. So keep an eye out for that. I am dying for a Darth Jar Jar. I really want a Darth Jar Jar. That's the most important figure coming out this year for me because that's one of my characters. And I'm so glad Disney has finally decided to make that canon in its own special way. So. Let's see. Cheese on Top is here. Good to see you, Cheese on Top. Hope you're doing well. What are your favorite kind of builds to see at conventions? Ooh, okay. I like big cities because I haven't built a big city in a while. I like to see those. I like to see trains. They're pretty cool. It's one of the few places you can have enough space for a train comfortably. So that's a good way to see trains. Big castles are great. Mostly just big stuff, but you'll also see people show up with a lot of cool little vignettes, and they're all usually presented in a nice way and maybe tell a story or cover different themes. Like my friend Patrick Higgins, awesome mocks on Instagram, he did a bunch of movie vignette series, and he won a lot of trophies. They're really cool. Some of them have motion or lights, and they're all from iconic movies and scenes. So I really like to see that. That's pretty cool. But yeah, basically anything, as long as people have put a lot of hard work and love into it. But big castles, big battles. I love to see big Lord of the Rings scenes because they always have tons of guys fighting over it. It's pretty awesome. Lots of fun stuff to see at conventions. I like conventions a lot. I like to bring stuff to conventions a lot, which is good because I do that as a side gig. So. Yeah, you might be able to use the black pieces from the Dark Falcon on your Tron Hawk, maybe. Hey, actually, Cross Airborne Customs, you are totally right because it's mostly black with some red accessories, and I could just put them in Tron, right? You're right. Now I'm thinking if I should buy the whole thing. So. Olympic Peninsula brick, nice brick collection. Oh, thank you, appreciate it. We are doing a Sunday sorting session right now, which we try to do every week, but I've missed the past couple weeks. So it's been basically a month since we last did this, but I'm glad to be back. Yeah, just sorting some brick as most Lego fans have to. I'm going to be working on some big Tron projects, fixing some buildings, adding a few things here and there, trying to fix it up for the next Lego convention I'm going to in Nashville, Tennessee. I think that's the 13th or 14th, 15th, middle of the month. And that's a lot of fun. Looking forward to that. Lots and lots of Black Brick, though. I'm gonna have plenty to work with here. The life of us sorters, exactly. If you're a Lego fan and you like to build stuff with your Lego bricks, you're gonna have at least a period of time every time that sort them. I like the way L3EG looked like McDonald's. The name was clever for Astromech. Exactly. It looks kind of like Lego. Kind of L3EG. Interesting. Anyway, it's the McDonald's Astromech, which is very cool. Is it with the Falcon? Or is it with a different set? I have to double check now. But that one's coming out soon. KSY Tube says, first time this showed up on my YouTube feed. Where did you come up to acquire such a boatload of brick? So KSY Tube, thank you for joining, first of all. Glad you made it. I've collected all this Lego over the span of about 20 years. I started out as a little kid, buying a set maybe once a week or once a month and playing with it, building with it. Things really kicked into high gear when I hit like 18, 19, 20, and got really seriously into building for conventions and contests. And now that I'm older and I work at Atlanta Brick Co., I have easy access to a lot of bulk Lego, which is exactly what I'm sorting right now. And so a lot of time, a lot of consistency, and a couple of big spending things here and there. And I try not to blow the budget. I've never had any super high-paying jobs or anything, so just work hard at it all the time. But yeah, patience is key. So. I would say that I spend a lot more on Lego than the average person. Even kind of on the high end for the average Lego fan, probably. Although I do get it at a pretty good deal because I work at a store that sells it. And we have pretty good deals as it is. So. I'm grateful because that means I can build really big stuff over long periods of time. So. Mark is a Lego master. Yep, that is right, T. Valkyrie. Yeah, you got this. Where is it? There. Trophy here from season 2 of Lego Masters. You can go watch me and my brother, and that's pretty fun too. Fall Equinox is here. Good to see you, Autumn. Hope you're doing well. We are, a little past halfway on our sorting stream. We've still got some time left before 5 o'clock when we want to call it a day. Frederick NL is here. Every time I check in, you have your new Lego themed T-shirt. I am very jealous. There you go, Frederick. Well, this is one that we have for sale. Me and Daniel, I think this is mostly me, actually, although he does a lot too. So this is the Don't Poke Your Eye Out shirt. It's from the Lego instructions when you have a projectile launcher. Don't poke your eye out, please be careful. So that one's just a good thing to have in general, like poke your eye out, please. And you can get that at Atlanta Brick, atlbrick.com. There's a full band of black pieces. That's awesome. I got another one right here. We can swap out. We can keep going. I planned for this. There we go. There's a yellow piece. KSY Tube says, I've been collecting from the Pick-a-Brick wall from time to time in various Facebook marketplace sites. Yes. So if you don't have an Atlanta Brick Co. right down the street, marketplace is a great way to find good deals on Lego. I don't do it as often because I'm not on Facebook as often as I used to be, and because I'm kind of busy, just don't have time to peruse like I used to. But if you do have a little bit of time, you can save a lot of money by getting going and buying a bucket of Lego off somebody who wants to sell it. Great solution. There's a pink piece and some bright yellow. And look at that coral piece. That's a new one for me. So it's kind of showing up as orangey, but the coral color. And that's pretty cool. I've never gotten that slope in the color before at all. I don't even know if I have that slope at all. Let's see. Crosshair one says, Nick Zach, I think Jedi Bob Starfighter is going to release August 1st. That sounds right to me, Crosshair one Customs. I feel like you're right on that. Yep. You'll shoot your eye out, kid. Exactly. You're gonna poke your eye out. Don't do it. Shoot at your friend's eyes while playing with Lego, please. Black pieces. What do you need those for? Oh yeah. So Fall Equinox. Just to clarify, these are all the Tron build that I'm working on. There's still a lot to be done, and actually, there's a lot to be done for sure, but it's mostly done now. So I'm really grateful for that. But there's of course always improvements. I took a few minutes earlier explaining all the steps, but I'm just gonna have to do a recap video and a Tron update saying we'll rebuild basically everything a little bit and then build a few more things on top of it. So then it'll be done. But it's a lot closer to being done than not being done. So, in fact, it's already been to 2 conventions and done very well. Very good. LOL. Yep. Absolutely. Of course, everyone goes into like Tron, obviously. Have you been watching the update? Looks more like peach than coral. Yeah, it's kind of got some yellow light going on. I think I have one too many lights coming down from the top there. But I also want it to be nice and bright for you guys. So the troubles of getting the lighting right in your Lego Studio. In here, we actually usually kind of have more ambient light than direct light. So I might be getting some new lights at some point because these are getting kind of old and hard to set up. So. I look forward to seeing it at Atlanta BrickCon. Yes, Nexus. It will be 100% done for Atlanta BrickCon. I can guarantee. That's the main focus for Steven and I this year, to have everything done for that show. So looking forward to that. I think Tron will be done and probably at least part of something else being worked on. So stuff to look forward to. And then once Tron is fully done, I'll really be tempted to bring it to Brick World Chicago as well. So hoping I can make it to that show. We'll see. When is Atlanta BrickCon? Atlanta BrickCon is going to be in early February. I'm not sure the exact date. They've already got the date on the website, so just go to atlantabrickcon.com. You can find it. I would get your exhibitor ticket and space reserved sooner rather than later because they ran out last year, which is kind of not common. And yeah, I think they've got a lot more space this year. There might be a few people wanting to go, so obviously Steve and I are like an hour away, so it's super easy. We will be there for sure. Already got everything reserved. So yeah, hopefully make it. It's my favorite event by far, and I might even do. I was going to do a video talking about all the Lego conventions, pros and cons, ranking them based on my personal tastes, and so that will be. A spoiler for that video is it's going to be good. Is Tron getting bigger footprint or just taller? So Tron is going to stay the same size footprint wise, but a lot more stuff because there's a little room here and there as far as buildings. There's some room in the on the roads. So you got like it's going to be at least 2 more buildings, maybe 3, like 2.5. And then I want to have a couple of tanks and a couple of flying vehicles, some bigger flying vehicles as well, all lit up. It's going to be another couple hundred lights, probably almost 3,000 lights by the time it comes. So it should be absolutely dazzling, and I'll probably have to put an epilepsy warning on top of it. So people with sensitivities there can be warned, I guess. They'll probably see it all the way, though. They know to be careful. Chrome Vader says, conventions are a gamble for me in terms of schedule because I wait until my work calendar gets filled out. Oh, yeah, that's tough. If you have like a pretty strict work schedule, yeah, I can understand that. Steven used to really have to be careful with his schedule. I have a lot of cool Lego parts. Nice Manatee bricks. That's one of my favorite new Lego colors. It's a good one to have lots of pieces. This is a piece that I found, and my buddy Alex works in the basement of the world, as we say. He pointed out that this piece is like, hey, that's a rare brick you've got there, your picker brick. Because I think that this piece, which is I think a 4x16, let me check. It's a 4x18 brick. And I think apparently this only came out in the Darth Maul bust, which would make this a $10 piece, maybe 15. So pretty cool piece from a very weird, rare set. So I'm excited about that one. That's going in my bulk bin to be put into Tron. So I'll be using it with reverence now, I guess. So. Cross Airborne Custom says, Mark of Falworth, does it not matter what time the characters are at? If you know you can use Gungans and clones. For me, it doesn't matter that much, so I could totally use some clones in there. Just deciding if I want to just get more Gungans. Right now I have enough, so I don't need to add more if I don't want to, but we'll see. I know that they would definitely fight the droids, because the droids are the separatists. They had their own plans, so they're going to be, but they're pretty much allied with the clones, so some clones might be there. We'll see. See how much more I add besides Darth Jar Jar. He's the only really urgent, essential addition to the Gungan army right now. I want to focus more on the big castle army. Might get it out in the next few minutes, actually. I'll show you guys. Leg goats? Exactly. Very rare and very cool. Tickets for 2025 for reference. Yes. Yeah, look at 2025. And I don't know if their website is fully updated yet. A little slow on that. Encouraging to be more updated with that. Yeah, we've got a ton of black pieces here. I'm really grateful for that. But this was basically me just picking out black pieces from Picker for like a week. So still a little ways to go. Almost done with this bin though. It's 2 bins in 45 minutes. Not too bad. Guess how many Ice Planet minifigs from Series 26 I have obtained now, Mark? Go on, pick a number. Ooh, Zach is a big space fan, a big classic space fan, a big Ice Planet fan. I'm gonna say 16. So you've got like an entire series of Ice Planet people. I think about 8. I'm really happy with that number because I don't need a ton of them. And Cross Airborne Customs is guessing around where I'm guessing 10 to 20. I'm saying 16 precisely, but I could be wrong. 15. Oh man, I was so close. I just about had it, man. That's cool. But that's a really that's a great collection of those figures. Thankfully, they don't seem to have been super expensive. They haven't shot up in value that much. They're a little more than average. I think they're like 10, maybe 12. So they haven't gotten crazy prices yet. I know the Batlord was pretty expensive. It still is. He's kind of in the $15 range. But yeah. Oh, the latest CMF lines have been great. I'm really hoping the D&D CMF line ends up being a thing, because that would be fantastic. I would be getting all of those day one. I got most of the space CMFs too, because I found they were really good. Cheese on Top says, bought myself a Chrome Crusher. It was a very good set. There you go, Cheese on Top. That's a really classic Rock Raider set. I like mine in the case over there. I can see it right there. So I was right in the area, exactly. Cross Airborne Customs was right at that guess. Basically, like on either side of it. So. I like the space themes, but Ice Planet 2002 is my favorite space theme. There you go. I think that's one of my top classic space themes as well. So. And I'm glad they're kind of revisiting these classic themes and making it so people can enjoy them from a fresh start. I think that's one of the things I'll try to collect in the future is a few more Ice Planet stuff, particularly the big ship. A couple of them are kind of waiting in the wings at Atlanta Brick Co. They're going to be completed soon. So when they are completed, I'll hopefully have a little store credit and be able to buy one or two. You have good taste, Nexus. Exactly. One of the best themes for sure. Exoforce panel slope piece from a big destroyer devastator. There's one of the guns from it too. It's an Exoforce assembly there. That's pretty cool. Separate this for building's sake. Put it in technique. There you go. Special transport. There you go. Finding all the weird pieces. Do you see a Rock Raider / Power Miners making its own like Barracuda Bay type icon set? Cheese on Top. I would love that set. I think that'd be realistic. And I think it would probably sell pretty well too. I don't know if Lego's going to do that though, because there's a lot of cool classic themes that they'd like to cover, and I don't think Rock Raiders or Power Miners is on top of this, unfortunately, despite how popular it is. I don't think they realize that, and they probably won't go out of their way to cover. So I would say, in my opinion, probably, but you never know. I would love it. I would buy it. I think other people would buy it too. But I don't think Lego is always too worried about that. They're got their own things they want to do. That's fine. They do, like, a lot of their stuff sells really well, so we can't do that too harshly. Ads. Oh, sorry, across Airborne Customs. Yeah, there are ads enabled. My bad. Trying to make this slightly, less expensive. Maybe put a dent in some of my Lego spending a tiny bit. It has helped a little bit. I now make a tiny bit of money off of the YouTube channel, so that's great. It means I can do more bulk like this. Just got an old Lego affiliated comic book called The Adventures of Jim Spaceborne. Comic goes through dated is about classic space themes. Interesting. I think I know what you're talking about, Nick. That's a cool comic. We might have had it on the Ice Planet Deep Dive video we did with Daniel. I have to double check on that. But yes, I'm pretty sure I've seen that and gone through it. It has some Black Tron, some Ice Planet 2, I think maybe some Futuron. Some very cool stuff. Well, getting to the bottom of this bin here. Almost done. A few weird colors notwithstanding. KSY2 says, you know what your best black parts pack is? Black Panther bust. So cheap and has huge pieces, not a bunch of one-by-ones. So good value for the type and number of parts. I agree, KSY, because we had one in the store and it was really cheap on sale as is. I almost bought it. I should have bought it, but somebody else bought it. I'm guessing computers too. So next time I see one in the as is bin, I will be buying one for sure. Because that is a great source of cool black pieces. So that's interesting. There's an old ISS sticker on some tiles. I'm not going to remove that. I'm going to leave that alone. That's pretty cool. Alrighty. Those are black pieces. One more medium bin done. We've got about 8 minutes left. I'll start for the last 8 minutes. Well, everyone's still here having a good time. Gola, I use the app. There you go. Oh, what did Gola say? Would building makes sense to read the instruction books or instruction from the Lego Builder app? I tend to use the instruction books, but I've used the Lego instruction app before when I didn't use the instruction books, and they work very well. So I like that. But if I have the book in front of me, I'll just use that. Let's see here. Vanity Brick says, I have the Lego Space CMF Ice Planet minifigure. That's nice, Vanity Bricks. That is a really good figure. I'm glad you got one. Definitely worth collecting those. Let's see. T. Valkyrie says, next is I'm still trying to save for Pharaoh's Quest Pyramid. Life experiences get in my way. Yeah, the Pharaoh's Quest Pyramid. We've got a couple of those in Atlanta Brickco, and they're really nice. I want to get one of those at one point too. They're really nice. Here's a set I did a set review on not too long ago on Instagram and YouTube. And it ended up in the bin, but I think this is a really cool set. I'm going to keep these pieces in Technic, I think, if I can separate this arm out of there. Yeah. So those tires are going to be useful for like a dune buggy or a Rock Raiders vehicle. That's pretty cool. And all these snap pieces, they're going to go in Technic too, because I think I have some more snap in there, just a little bit. There you go. Weird connections on those bad boys, though. Tell you what. There you go. It's like Connects, basically. It's very, very unusual. Imagine using those in a mock. That's crazy. There's some orange pieces there. Now these bins are a lot more colorful. It's actually mostly purple in here. And this will take me a little longer to sort, so we will not get this done in the next 3 to 5 minutes. But we'll put a little dent in it for next time. And of course, we'll be back at it next week too, because I'm finally back. So here's the plants. Let's see. Moadib says, I like the app, but sometimes I like getting away from screens and read books. Yeah, if it's got a nice big instruction book with a cool set, it usually works fine if it's got some weight to it. If it's light and small, sometimes it kind of flops around, doesn't stay open. It's not as good. Chrome Vader says, I'm going to duck out. Got to go run some errands while the afternoon is live. Here you go, Chrome Vader. You have a great rest of your day. Thank you for tuning in, man. We appreciate it. Get those errands done. Oh, you got a Galador Gorm head. And this one is going to be from the McDonald's set, I believe. Because I think that, yeah, Gorm's got a little bit more elaborate printing on the real versions. This is the McDonald's head Gorm. That's interesting. It's a very scary looking piece. Imagine what you can use for the back. It almost looks like a face on the back, too. Although I think those are just vents. Interesting. I don't even know where to put this. I'll put it over here. Because that doesn't fit in any category at all. It's like, where do you put a big Gorm head? And if you're sorting by color, I guess you could put it in black, but then it would just kind of get lost in there. Lego is just too expensive. I know, Nick. It's pricey. Snap isn't pricey. If you ever find any Snap, it's actually quite cheap. Let's see. Oh, it depends on the set, of course. What set was that? Oh, the Snap. Oh yeah, that's it's called Snap Polybag. If you type in ZNAP on Bricklink, it should come up pretty quickly. It's a little cost. It's pretty cheap. Actually, they didn't even want to charge me for it. Let Rico get it. He was like, "No, I don't even want to." I'm like, "You got to charge me something. Just put a price on it." He put 69 cents as a joke, and I got it. He wanted to throw it away. I'm like, "Dude, it is Lego. You shouldn't throw it away." So I ended up with it for a very good deal. I think I'm one of the few people at the store that actually bothers to collect stuff like that. Maybe Daniel wouldn't bother. I don't know. I think he already has a little bit. He doesn't want to get any more. Oh. Oh, come here. A dark gray piece ended up in the white pieces. That's not what we want. Mm-hmm. Got a lot of colors going on here. Let's see. Chief is like $400. What is the most overvalued / undervalued fig you can think of? Not that Chief is overvalued. There's a lot of cool, expensive figures. I think once you get over $1,000 for a minifigure, it's not worth it to me. But I know people that definitely would pay $1,000 for several certain rare minifigures. So it kind of depends. I think Chief is a little expensive right now. Even at $400, he used to sell for $800 comfortably. So he has gone down a little bit. But yeah, I still think that's a little high. I have an old Chief that I had when I was a kid. He's very beat up, but he works fine for what I'm doing, which is not too much of a display, but more of a scene. So I also have a custom Chief that my friend Brian made for me. Brian's Bricks on Instagram. He goes fun. And he made some very nice custom UV printed ones. And I think he sold those for like $20, $30. So if you want one for much more reasonably priced, you can get that. Looks very similar. I won't be able to watch the store tour this week or anything. Oh, that's okay, Airborne Customs. Appreciate you letting us know, though. Yeah, if you can't make it, no worries. We all have lives. Sometimes you don't have free time to watch streams you might want to watch. There's a magenta piece there. And we've got another 2 minutes or so. So we'll hang out for these 2 minutes and just kind of sort and chat. But we'll be wrapping up here a little bit. It's been a great stream so far. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. Don't forget to like if you haven't already. That really helps. Likes help a lot. And if you like Lego and you like Lego sorting, subscribe. I'll be posting stuff a lot, at least weekly. Lots of good stuff coming up. Lots of big Tron updates and new projects, which will be very exciting. Once I finally figure out exactly what I want to do. Once Tron gets nearly done, then more projects will be beginning, which I'm excited about. I'm kind of ready for Tron to be done because I've been months of building. It's turning out well, but I'm ready to finish it up, do a good job, make sure it's 100% finished, and then move on and have that ready. Bring it to displays. It's done, finished. So, don't want to do any additional Tron after I finish my original vision on it. Chief came down in price by half. I would say he definitely came down. Depends on where you're buying it, who's selling it. He's still super expensive, but I think you can get him for less than 800 now. I think 600, no problem. Also depends on condition, of course, too. If you get a used one, he'll be cheaper. If you get a new one, he could be pretty expensive. You could still command a high price. Still salty like Simon Cowell, I'm guessing. Probably. It's a good white whale to have T Valkyrie. Those Anubis guards make it worth it. Exactly. Next is that pyramid is my white whale now. Yeah, exactly. That's one I would get sooner rather than later. I don't think it's going to go down in value anytime soon. Even if a new Adventures theme came out, that's still a super unique set with super cool figures, many of which are exclusive to the set. So. Alrighty, but we are at an hour and 40 seconds of stream, so that means it's time to wrap up. I've got some things to attend to this evening, like dinner and dishes and all that good stuff. But we'll be back again next week. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching this stream. I really appreciate you all tuning in. It's been a great stream. We'll be back again next week. Lots of videos in between now and then, so like and subscribe. See you on the next one. Bye, everyone. Have a great rest of your weekend.